We're good to go. All right. It is 6:00 p.m. and I'd like to call this special meeting to order. While this meeting is being held in person, we are also offering the option for the public to participate through Zoom if preferred. Instructions on how to participate virtually are included in the city council calendar item listed on the front page of missionks.org. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Robin, please call the roll.
Thomas. Here. House.
Here.
Loudon. Here. Ryder. Here. Kring.
Here.
Inman.
Here.
Josie.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Okay, since this is a special meeting, we will only be considering the items specifically listed on our agenda tonight, all of which are related to our consideration and adoption of the city's 2023 budget. A special meeting date was required as neither the city's August or September regular legislative meeting dates aligned with the statutory requirements regarding the public hearing on the revenue neutral rate. First, I will officially open the public hearings for the City of Mission, Rock Creek Drainage District number 1, and Rock Creek Drainage District number 2 for consideration of the 2024 budgets or 2023 budgets and the intent to exceed the revenue neutral rate for each as required by KSA 79-2929 and KSA 79-2988. I believe that should actually be the 2024 budgets. All right. So first we will hear from our city administrator, Laura Smith. Following her presentation, if any members of the public would like to make a comment on the items listed for public hearing with regards to the 2024 budgets or the intent to exceed the revenue neutral rate, now would be the time. If you are participating through Zoom, please either add your comment in the chat feature and it will be read out loud, or note that you would like to speak and we will call on you shortly to make your comment verbally. Please remember your comments or questions are visible to everyone in the meeting. If you are part of our in-person group tonight, please raise your hand but stay seated and we will call on you to come to the lectern to make your comments. When you make your comment, please state your name and city of residence for the record. Also be conscientious of others trying to speak and speak slowly and clearly. If I need to confirm something that may have been difficult to hear, I will ask for clarification, and we will start with Laura's opening remarks.
Thank you, Mayor. Actually, I do not have a PowerPoint presentation. You all have suffered enough over the last several months of those. We do have copies if there's anybody in the audience that would like a copy of the PowerPoint presentation from our August community dialogue that we made printed copies. And I also put at your place just now, and there's some back on the table, just a 2-page handout. 2024 recommended budget highlights. And in particular, I think my memo in the packet indicated that we would prepare a summary of the expenditures by key performance areas, similar to what we did last year. And so that's the second page of this handout. So what I think I might like to do, and it's been a long journey as it always is through the budget process. I know we've had a lot of difficult and lengthy conversations, important conversations about financial condition, both today and where we think we're headed and the needs that we anticipate in the years to come. Kind of some of the things that have impacted the foundation of our budget over the last several years, particularly that sort of reduction of the overall mill levy over time, and looking to position ourselves to really be able to accomplish those things which are important to the council and our community, which include investment in infrastructure, particularly streets, investment in our outdoor park system, maintenance of, high quality staff, recruiting and retaining staff continues to be a challenge. Making sure that we have appropriate reserves and savings so that we're able to remain flexible and respond to a variety of things, whether that be a pandemic or a storm and those kinds of things. So what I would like to do is perhaps let anybody from the public who would like to comment or speak, go ahead and do that. And then that will give me an opportunity maybe to answer those questions more effectively. We do have one that was submitted online yesterday, so I'll share that at the conclusion if there's anybody here who would like to speak.
Emily, do we have anyone online? Okay, and do we have anyone in person here tonight? If you would like to speak, please raise your hand. Seeing no hands, Emily or Laura, do you want to read the comment we received?
I have it right here. So we had a question from Tim O'Halloran, who is a Mission resident yesterday. The question that he posed was, what in the city of Mission budget caused the city tax levy to go up approximately 21% when compared to 2022 versus in 2022, the city tax levy went up approximately 14% when compared to 2021. Also, with that much of an increase in 2023 and 2022, what will happen to the Mission budget when home prices go down? I haven't spoken to Mr. O'Halloran, but I believe the references to those percentage increases are likely coming from the notice that was provided by the county, as it illustrates kind of the comparison of the revenue neutral rate and the proposed budget rate by each taxing entity. So I would offer maybe a couple of other things. So that's unique to each individual property owner, the valuation of their property. So that in general, I think we've covered this, but in 2023, we saw an overall increase in the assessed valuation citywide of about 11%. We've talked through the course of our conversation that we haven't been able to take full advantage of that. We've had the dark store refund, which impacted that, understanding that is a one-time situation. But it has certainly impacts of things like the dark store theory, the reduction of our mill levy by 1.645 mills over the last several years, and other factors have again put us in that position where I think we really need to look. We budget on an annual basis, but we really need to be looking beyond and those longer term projects, because as we know, particularly the highest priority projects, which are infrastructure projects, take many years to plan for and budget for. So 2023, our overall increase as a community was about 11%. In 2024, that overall assessed valuation for the city is only increasing by about 7%. One of the things that his question as it relates to what happens when home prices go down or assessed valuation goes down, and that is a factor that happened in a situation that we dealt with. But several years ago, kind of first time in Johnson County history that most communities actually saw decreases in assessed valuation. One of the things that I truly believe that the mill levy increase that we've recommended and been discussing allows us to stay better positioned for those shifts and decreases in the underlying assessed valuation. So we, the cost of our services don't necessarily correlate, and the cost of delivering our services doesn't necessarily correlate with the increases in assessed valuation. So I think we have to look each year and be very judicious in saying what are the priority services that we want to deliver? What are the priority projects that we want to deliver? And how can we best do that? While also looking to protect those in our community who might be most vulnerable or impacted by those sorts of things. So if Mr. O'Halloran is online and I did not answer his question, or he has some additional follow-up questions, I'd be happy to try to answer those.
Emily, do we have Mr. O'Halloran or anyone else online? Do you say we do?
No.
Or no?
I mean, he's online, he has not coming.
Okay. All right. Seeing no further public comment, I will then close the public hearing. In accordance with state statute, the city council must now consider resolutions confirming its intent to exceed the revenue neutral rates for the 2024 budget for the city of Mission, Rock Creek Drainage District 1 and Rock Creek Drainage District 2. First, we will consider the resolution for the city of Mission's 2024 budget. I would entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move the city council approve the resolution levying a property tax rate exceeding the revenue neutral rate for the city of Mission's 2024 budget.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion or questions? Seeing none, Robin, please call the roll.
Josie. Inman.
Nay.
Loudon.
Aye.
Green.
Nay.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Ryder.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, next we will consider the resolution for Rock Creek Drainage District Number 1. I would entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move the city council approve the resolution levying a property tax rate exceeding the revenue neutral rate for the Rock Creek Drainage District Number 1's 2024 budget.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, Robin, please call the roll.
Inman.
Aye.
Loudon,
Aye.
Josie,
Aye.
Ryder,
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Thomas,
Yes.
Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Crane,
Aye.
motion carries.
All right, and next we will consider the resolution for Rock Creek Drainage District Number 2. I would entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move that the city council approve the resolution levying property tax rate exceeding the revenue neutral rate for Rock Creek Drainage District Number 2, 2024 budget.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? Seeing none, Robin, please call the roll.
Crane,
Aye.
Josie,
Aye.
Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Loudon,
Aye.
Thomas, Inman,
Aye.
Ryder,
Aye.
motion carries.
All right, we will now move on to the resolutions formally adopting the 2024 budgets, as well as a resolution adopting the 2024 to 2028 capital improvement program. Ms. Smith, will you present a brief overview of each of the 4 resolutions? And at the conclusion of the remarks, I will entertain separate motions for items 2A through 2D on our agenda this evening.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Probably more than a decade ago, we started the process of introducing budget resolutions as a part of our annual budget process in order to allow us to, in one place, very clearly communicate sort of the overarching policy decisions and priorities in a particular year's budget. It also helps us communicate the mill levy rate with the county clerk's office. So the first budget resolution would adopt the 2023 revised. So you'll recall, as we've gone through the budget process, we sort of firm up any changes to estimated revenues and expenditures. And then we look at the next year's proposed budget. So the first budget resolution will accomplish that. The second simply does formally adopts the Rock Creek Drainage District Number 1 budget, and number 2, just for the public's benefit, the drainage districts are separate taxing entities, but the governing bodies of the drainage districts are the same as our mission governing body, which is why we consider all of those together. And then finally, similarly on our sort of overall budget, we also adopt a CIP budget resolution. And again, that allows us not only to communicate about the large projects in the particular year that we're funding, but also to be able to identify any projects which might be sort of on our radar, under consideration, under evaluation, that have not yet been incorporated in the 5-year plan. And so again, it really, these are sort of, they aren't must-dos, but they've been really helpful to us in being able to communicate and track historically the decisions that have been made around the budgets. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
All right, any questions for Laura? Seeing none, I would now entertain a motion on the resolution for the budget resolution and adoption of the 2023 revised and 2024 proposed budgets for the city of Mission.
Mayor, I move the city council approve the budget resolution adopting the 2023 revised and 2024 proposed budgets for the city of Mission.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this item?
I do have a clarification.
Yes, Ken?
On the summary, the general fund summary, under the transfer out, I noticed that the solid waste fund is $40,000 and the prior year was 75. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so we had actually, we had a deficit in that fund, and it was sort of just more of an on-paper accounting issue as you go back and look at audits. And so we had had a larger transfer in prior years to be able to sort of catch us up, and we have been able to do that. And so we were able to retain some of that transfer that we've done in the past within the general fund.
Okay, thank you. That explains it. I'm ready for.
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, Robin, please call roll.
Ryder,
Aye.
Crane,
Aye.
Thomas,
Yes.
Loudon,
Aye.
Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Josie,
Aye.
Inman,
Nay.
Davis,
Aye.
motion carries.
Okay, I would now entertain a motion on the resolution adopting the 2024 Rock Creek Drainage District Number 1 budget.
Mayor, I move the city council approve the adoption of the 2024 Rock Creek Drainage District Number 1 budget.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this item? Seeing none, Robin, please call the roll.
Boltinghouse,
Aye.
Ryder,
Aye.
Loudon,
Aye.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Josie,
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Pring,
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
motion carries.
All right. And finally, I would entertain a motion on the resolution adopting the 2024 Rock Creek Drainage District Number 2 budget.
Mayor, I move the city council approve the adoption of the 2024 Rock Creek Drainage District Number 2 budget.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, Robin, please call the roll.
Josie,
Aye.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Davis,
Aye.
Pring,
Aye.
Ryder,
Aye.
Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
Loudon,
Aye.
motion carries.
Right, and I would now entertain a motion on the resolution adopting the 2024 to 2028 Capital Improvement Program.
Mayor, I move the city council approve the resolution approving the 2024 through 2028 capital improvement program for the city of Mission.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion on this item? Seeing none, Robin, please call the roll.
Pring,
Aye.
Ryder,
Aye.
Josie,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Thomas.
Yes.
Loudon,
Aye.
motion carries.
All right, that concludes our special meeting agenda. Before we adjourn tonight, I want to share with the public that the video of this meeting will be available through a link on our website, missionks.org. There being no further action necessary, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.